Nice to see you.
Yeah, lovely to see you.
I want to touch on something that happened this week. It was a big announcement in the world of officiating. We did discuss referees and VAR earlier in the programme, didn't we? But this is different because it was announced from the Premier League referees chief, Howard Webb, earlier in the week that we're going to see, for the first time, a female referee, Rebecca Welch, in the Premier League. Now, it's been a long time coming, but she's going to take charge of Fulham against Burnley next Saturday, December the 23rd. So it's a really big watershed moment. And I want to bring in Janie Frampton, the former referee and FIFA instructor, for more on this. Janie, good morning to you, first of all. Presumably, this is the first of many. That's the hope for everybody.
Yes, I think it's the first of many, but let's be really clear. We have to have women that are good enough. And Rebecca, whilst we've had some amazing women that have come through, Rebecca is the first one that I believe, and many believe, is good enough to operate at that level. So I'm not sure how many we're going to see quickly after Rebecca, but certainly this is literally breaking that barrier, and we will see more women coming through.
But she's earned her stripes, as you say. I mean, she was the fourth official in a Premier League match earlier this season when Fulham played Manchester United. Janie, she's also taken charge of an EFL game and a men's FA Cup match as well.
Absolutely, Aidan. She's earned her stripes. She's come through a very tough development pathway. She's totally committed to what she's done. This is her life. You know, she's made it her life. She's made it her absolute goal to achieve. And she's absolutely good enough.
And are you surprised, though, that it's taken so long? I mean, I covered games in the Championship as far back as 2007. I remember watching Amy Rayner run the line at Luton Town and their manager afterwards making some quite disparaging comments about her. Of course, we know about Sian Massey. Why has it taken so long to get to this stage, do you feel? Because it's not as if women officials are new to the top level of the game.
No, I think what's happened, perhaps in the past, it's taken a long time for the football authorities to really pick up and develop women referees. And I think that's been the problem if we go back sort of 10, 15 years. But you're right, when you look at the likes of Sian Massey and Amy and the other girls that are operating on the Football League now, then you can see the development has taken place. It's taken a long time coming, we know that. But now we've got to really nurture those girls that are good enough and have the drive and the ambition and the commitment to go all the way.
You touched on it a minute or so ago. Why do you think it's going to take a long time for the next group to come through? Because, I mean, you know, once that barrier is broken, we tend to see a flood through the gates, don't we?
We do, but we've got to look at the level of operation of the girls coming through. And those who have taken assistant refereeing as their designated rather than refereeing. So we've got 2 or 3 girls coming through as designated referees, which are still quite a long way from getting on to Football League as referees and thereafter. But it will happen. And I do think now that barrier is broken, that can really happen. Because we've got 2 or 3 girls out there waiting in the wings that are good enough, and they're being developed now, which is hugely important.
Janie, can I ask a question? Hi, it's Anne Diamond here. I just wonder, we've been talking about Rebecca for weeks now, actually, or at least several, and it's all about next weekend. Are we putting too much stress on her? I just think it must be stressful enough for her to be trailblazing in this way. It must be stressful enough to referee a big match. But, you know, we're talking about her. She's in the headlines. Are we overdoing it a bit for her?
And it is stressful. I was part of the 3-woman team that refereed the first ever men's professional game in football, and the stress of that compared to an ordinary game was really tough. But Rebecca knows this. She knows what she's up against. She knows that the world press is going to be on her, and she will have those butterflies in her stomach because that's really healthy. But she'll get through this. She's got to consider, and I'm sure she has, is a big step up with speed of the game. The mental speed of the game is the big tough one. But what next? What's going to happen next? Sometimes the behaviour of the players is going to be a big one.
Janie, sorry, that one last question before you go. Do you think it's going to change the behaviour of players, the male players, towards the officials because it's a woman in the middle of the park?
I don't know that it'll change the behaviours because mostly we don't get a problem from players on the park, mostly. So I think they will be dutifully respectful, as they might be with any other official. Let's wait and see on that one.
And Jane, hello, it's Pip Thompson. Can I just very quickly ask you, for all the young girls that are watching and listening, how inspiring is this for them? You know, what message do you want them to learn from this, to take away?
Oh my goodness, this is huge. You know, because we keep saying it, if you can't see it, you can't be it. And now we're going to see a woman on the Premier League, and other girls will say, my goodness, I can get there because somebody has. And that's going to be the really exciting part. You know, we're very engaged. I'm working on a project with the FA now to recruit and retain more women referees. And we need to see that they can have a pathway right to the very top.
Brilliant stuff. It's lovely to talk to you again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anne. It's lovely to talk to you too.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks to Aidan. It'll be the first time I'll sit down and watch a Fulham v Burnley match. But I actually will, I think, because that's quite historic.
I think the behaviour of the players will change. I think we've often had a problem with respect from the men towards the men in the middle of the park. I think they might temper their behaviour now.
There's a lot of misogyny about though, don't you think?
There is.
Are you being a bit optimistic there?
Fans, yeah, but I think the players are going to have to particularly watch their step because obviously with VAR there are microphones around now.
But I mean, you know, for her stepping onto that football pitch, and there inevitably are going to be the odd, you know, pocket of, well, low life chanting.
There will.
And abusing.
Yeah, there will, but the majority in the stadium, I believe, Pip, will be right behind her.
We'll have to watch it.
I do.
We'll have to watch it.